Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to go over a stock that last year at this time was at $3 a share. It went all the way down to $1.50 a share. Now it is all the way over $40 a share, and Ark Invest is still buying this stock. They're still very bullish on it. Joe Biden administration also, everything going on there with the push for EV and American made and buying America will help out this stock as well. However, there are a couple things to be concerned about because the CEO has been selling tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of shares actually of this stock over the last 2 months, and there are some things to worry about. So in today's video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know from Ark Invest buying almost $100 million of this company to Joe Biden administration and how they could potentially cause this stock to skyrocket even more. And we're also going to go over the things you need to keep an eye out for and some of the potential downsides of this stock because the CEO is selling hundreds of thousands of shares and potential partnerships that may not go through. So if you enjoy this sort of content and you find it helpful, well then make sure to let me know in the comments down below by liking the video, subscribing, and turning on the bell notification so you can be notified every time I post a new video. For those of you who are new here, my name is Michael. I'm an investor and entrepreneur. Last year, our public investing account on Patreon, which is currently sitting at $745,000, was up over 105% for 2020. This year, we're already up over 30%, and we're well on our way to getting it to $1 million. Our goal is to get that account to $1 million by the end of this year. So if you'd like to see the investments I make in real time, when I buy stocks, when I sell stocks, if you want exclusive content that I don't share on YouTube, and if you want pre-release access to all of my trades so you can see when I buy and sell in real time, well then make sure to join our group using the link down below. We have a great time over there talking about a lot of different stocks that we don't talk about on my channel, such as Bumble and their recent IPO. We've been talking about that for months there. So make sure to join that group if you're interested. But anyways, today we're going to talk about Workhorse. Workhorse is a stock that is an electric vehicle company, and really not much has changed for them in terms of deliveries or numbers since February of 2020. February 2020, their stock was around $3.49 per share. At one time, they dipped well below $2 a share, and now they're sitting close to $40 a share. This stock has been on a lot of people's radars. A lot of people have been in on this, so let me know if you have. But Ark Invest, surprisingly, at least to me, is still buying this stock very heavily. Ark Invest bought $10 million just the other week, $8 million the week before, and currently their total position is sitting around $90 million in this stock. They're continually buying this stock every single day and every single week. One of the main reasons why they are buying it, I'm not completely 100% bullish on it. I don't own this stock, but I'm going to go over why they are buying it and the potential upsides and downsides. One of the main reasons why Ark Invest is buying this stock, in my opinion, is because of the potential deal with the Postal Service. Recently, Joe Biden signed an executive order in late January of 2021, early February of 2021, and he signed the Buy America executive order. And that order says that when the federal government makes purchases, it buys goods and that are made in the U.S. by American workers and with components and parts made in the United States. The order doesn't specifically talk about the Postal Service or Workhorse in particular, but when speaking during the signing ceremony, Biden specifically said that the federal government also owns an enormous fleet of vehicles, which we are going to replace with clean electric vehicles made right here in America by American workers. And that announcement really only applies to Workhorse. There's not many companies that fit that exact that make those types of vehicles that are based in the U.S. made by American workers. And one of the only companies that does that is Workhorse. Workhorse is one of the 3 finalists, which we all know, for the Postal Service's replacement fleet contract, which is valued at over $6 billion. It's over 180,000 new delivery vans. The other finalists, they aren't as attractive of an offer for the Postal Service anyways, because Workhorse is the only one of the 3 finalists to be fully electric vehicles. The downside, the thing that you have to really keep an eye out for, and the thing that I'm worried about with Workhorse and why I'm not invested in it, but it doesn't seem to be holding Ark Invest back, is that this deal hasn't gone through yet. It's not 100% official, and the market cap for the company is already $5 billion. $5 billion market cap is very high for a company. See, it's $5 billion just about, and that market cap is very high for a company like Workhorse, which really nothing has changed since last year at this time. Last year at this time, they still had all the hype around the USPS contract. They still had a lot of the hype around being American-made and electric vehicles, and they were at $3 a share. But nothing in terms of deliveries has changed. The big thing is with Joe Biden, and that is a big deal. But Workhorse only sold 7 units. That is 7 vans to distributors and 0 to end customers like the UPS. And that was in Q3 of 2020. Management originally said that in Q4 of 2020, they would deliver about 300 to 400 vehicles, but management recently came out and said that these numbers will be substantially below those projected 300 to 400 vans. So are we going to see another month where there's only like 10 or 15 deliveries? That's really not acceptable for a $5 billion company. The company has consistently promised very high, and they continue to, promise the moon, but they're delivering very low. They're not delivering on their expectations, and they've been doing this for years. It's not to say that things will change if they get the the Postal Service contract, but right now, just in my opinion, Ark Invest is buying this stock heavily, but with a $5 billion valuation, $744,000 in revenue all time, and $210 million in losses, it seems to me like there is a long ways to go before the stock will really start to pay off. If they do get the contract, that's great, but they still have to be able to deliver on these vehicles. And at their current rate of manufacturing and production, there's no way they could produce 180,000 vehicles, even if they get more cash infusion and they build out bigger factories. It's going to take a long time for them to do that because they were supposed to deliver between 300 and 400 vehicles in Q4, and it looks like it's not going to be anywhere close to that. We're going to have to wait and see for Q4 deliveries for 2020. They'll be announcing that in March of this year. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, and if they do deliver close to that number, maybe I'll change my mind. Other thing to keep in mind is that with Workhorse, insiders, people, the CEO, President Hughes, he's been selling hundreds of thousands of shares recently. CEO and President Hughes sold 25,000 shares of Workhorse on February 1st. On January 26, 2021, he sold 200,000 shares. On January 7th, 2021, he sold 100,000 shares. So in the last 2 weeks alone, in just 2021, he sold 325,000 shares of the stock. On top of this, directors and officers are also selling shares. The controller, Gregory T. Akerson, sold 6,445 shares. On end of January 2021, COO sold 150,000 shares. A director sold 10,000 shares. Another director sold 300,000 shares. So there are a lot of insiders, directors, officers, the CEO selling hundreds of thousands of shares of this company. While, compared to their positions, it's not huge. It is still something to keep in mind because that's not a good sign when you're seeing not just the CEO, but a lot of C-level executive officers selling their position. We're seeing the COO, directors, CEO, and a lot of people are selling their position in this stock. It's not to say it's a bad company, but you do have to keep all of these things in mind when you are investing in it. Obviously, Ark Invest thinks this is a great company. They're continuing to buy shares. They have over $90 million right now. They're buying about $10 million a week in this stock. In my opinion, I think that is really just due to everything with the Postal Service and the contract there. Because if Workhorse is to win that contract, and based on everything that Joe Biden is saying, it looks promising. Well, that's $6 billion in revenue, 180,000 vehicles. Me personally, I'm just concerned that even if they get this contract, which it looks likely, will they be able to deliver? I personally don't think they'll be able to deliver 180,000 vehicles very quickly. It is possible, but it's going to be very hard for them to do that. So right now, I don't own any Workhorse. I don't plan on buying any of it right now. I think there are better opportunities out there, which I have talked about in my other videos. But let me know your thoughts on Workhorse and this stock. Do you think they're going to get the executive order? Me personally, I think they do. I think they'll have trouble delivering. The second thing is, do you think that C-level executives and officers and directors selling the stock is a bad thing? Me personally, I do think this is a bad thing. And third, let me know what you think about Ark Invest buying this stock. They currently are buying about $10 million a week, and they're obviously very bullish on just electric vehicles, especially this Buy America executive order, which was signed by Joe Biden, and how that will impact Workhorse into the future. So anyways, let me know all your thoughts on Workhorse, their Q3 deliveries, and everything we spoke about. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, but don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600, when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.